Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield back on tour with Dirty Dancing here in Manchester, and we're with the two stars of the shows, and they are stars. Katie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Lovely to see you. And Lewis?
Hi, how are you?
Not so good to see you, really. There I was last night amidst these 2,000 people, and just realising how deeply unattractive I am, how unfit I am, and seeing the reaction of the women to you, it's enough to make a guy vomit. Congratulations.
Thank you, I guess. I don't really know what to say to that. Good genes, I guess. Thanks, Mum and Dad.
This show, I mean, it's a camp fest. Everybody knows it. It's one of the few shows where the audience are ahead of the show. It seems to me they know the lines. It's a party, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. It's an absolute party. We've had some crazy audiences shouting all sorts at all different times, but they just know the show so well. It's their favourite, and that's why they come.
I guess what's amazing for you, Katie, you get to be the one that falls in love with him, and you get your man in the end. And it's a story.
Me anyway. Not me.
You can't have everything, can you?
No. Where would you put it?
Yeah, well, that's for you to decide. But in this show, you come on, and of course you're clumsy and you're awkward. You've got to be able to do it really brilliantly to make it look bad, to then eventually do it spectacularly.
Yeah, it was a challenge at first, sort of being bad. I wouldn't say I am at the ability of half the dancers in this show. I think they're absolutely incredible. But it's actually nice to be able to do both in a way. As an actor, it's pretty cool to be able to do both sides.
And to Katie's credit, you know, we have an incredible cast of ensemble actor, performers, and singers, dancers, but Katie has the ability to do everything well, which makes her a dream to work with and amazing to partner.
What do you regard yourself as, a dancer or an actress? Because you're great at both. Did you originally think you'd end up being an actress, or did you always want to be a dancer?
I sort of class myself as an actor. I went to drama school. Before I went to drama school, I was obsessed with musical theatre, and that was the only thing I ever wanted to do. But going through drama school, I came out of it wanting to be more of an actor who could sing and dance as well. So this show is sort of a perfect casting for me in that sense.
What pressure is there on you not to become morbidly obese? Because that wouldn't work, would it, really?
I hope not.
No, I think for his sake, maybe not. Yeah, you just got to look after yourself like every performer does. You have to.
Tough though, isn't it? When you're on the road and you're in and out of these various hotels, B&B, digs, wherever you're staying. How difficult is it to eat well, especially on a two-show day?
Yeah, absolutely. It is immensely difficult, and depending on where you're staying and the facilities that you have, sometimes it's just not possible to cook or anything like that. So I can quite safely say I think I've eaten in every possible restaurant since the beginning of this tour.
That's where our paycheck goes.
Yeah, on food. But you just got to try and get into a routine as much as possible, which is really difficult, especially being in a different location every week. But you just got to do your best.
And how sexy is it on tour? I mean, are you able to have fun and party, or do you have to take it so seriously? Because ultimately you have got to get through 8 shows, and it's incredibly physical.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we've sort of got to take it easy in some sense. But yeah, well, I mean, we've gone out and we've had fun, especially being in all these different locations every week. It's a shame not to sort of experience them.
And finally, for the moment with you, do you realise how amazing it is to be in a show that is this busy and this full and successful? Because I'm in theatres every week and a lot of them are empty. It is hard to get a hit. The rest seem to fail.
Yeah, I don't think I really understood what I was going into, definitely. As my first sort of show coming out of drama school, it was quite overwhelming but amazing at the same time to have completely sold out theatres. The reactions that we were having, it's been amazing.
And how old are you now?
I'm 22.
Where do you go from here? Because I was thinking that last night watching you on stage. I mean, this is such a success. It's such an iconic, wonderful role. There aren't really any bigger roles for women than this in terms of film. What else would you like to do? Because this is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, an absolutely amazing opportunity. I am not picky. I'll take whatever happens. I'd love
I'm
to
not, but that's just my private life.
I'm really interested in TV and film, so that's something I'd eventually like to maybe head towards. But at the moment, I'm still quite fresh out of drama school, and I'd love to go wherever it takes me.
Well, congratulations. To get this gig is such an honour, firstly, because they could pick anyone and they chose you, and I can see why. You have a tenderness about you, which you need, of course. You need that sort of vulnerability in it. And then we look at you, Lewis, and you are a star. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and there are few people who you ever see that you remember and you think, oh my God, that's a Broadway star. And you did that last night. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you. No, genuinely, thank you. I don't know what to say to praise like that. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I just do this. This is my job. This is what I love to do, and I do it for the passion, not for the money.
I get it, but when you see someone on stage who has such precision and effort and timing and excellence, I mean, you have mastered this. I'm not the first to say it. It almost seems like you were born to do this role particularly. It is amazing synergy between you and, of course, the original in the film. It's an amazing gig, isn't it?
Yeah, huge. I said this on social media once I got the offer, that these are gargantuously big shoes to fill. So I won't try. I won't try and emulate anything. I won't try and copy anyone else. We're standing on the shoulders of giants doing a production like this. So we're already up there. There's no such thing as a surefire hit, but this show is managing to tick boxes and fill theatres. So we're doing amazingly well as a production, as a company, and as a cast. But me personally, I like to just get on with it. It's a job at the end of the day, and people are paying good money to see it. So why not give them value for money?
And what's amazing too, not only the fact that you are a remarkable dancer, we're going to get to that next. This set spins more than any other set I've ever seen in the history of musical theatre, and you go in one door and out another. I mean, there were points where I thought, he's going to get knocked over, she's going to fall down the stairs. I mean, as if you haven't got enough to do.
Yeah, there's plenty to do. There's blocking to remember, choreography, lines, everything. But I feel for this one, Katie's up and down those stairs more often than not, and she's younger and more nimble, so she can have it.
What is it like? I mean, you're in the zone when you're on that stage. You're present, obviously, because you're doing the play. But aside from all the stuff you've got to remember, like dancing and, of course, talking, you've then got to remember that you could get killed by a bit of set. I mean, where are you on stage? Is it just almost not robotic in a sense that you're phoning it in, but robotic in a sense that you know where exactly you have to be on each beat of every song and every second of the show?
Yeah, to an extent. I think obviously when we first started doing it and getting used to the set, it was very difficult. But we've been doing the show now for a couple of months, and we're all sort of in the rhythm of the show now, so we kind of know what's going on and what's happening.
You've had an extraordinary career, and some of the shows you've been in are remarkable. We're not going to go through them all, but it seems to me, I mean, the last thing you did that's probably most famous is the Jersey Boys, and that's not a show where you go, oh my God, they're amazing dancers, although there's dancing in it. You are fundamentally an incredible dancer, right? I mean, that's no accident. You've been doing this all your life.
That's high praise indeed, thank you. Again, like Katie, I'm an actor. I think this company and this production are blessed to have the cast that we have, because you need to be a triple threat or a double threat, or you can't just have an actor play a role like this. You can't just have a dancer play a role like this. You need to be exceptionally good at both, and I think we're lucky enough to do that in this company.
I don't like to be negative, but we have to be real about this show. Is it necessary that I need to see your arse?
Well, it's not perfect. It's got a crack in it. I have to say that. That's my tagline, just to lighten the mood.
It must be strange to stand in front of 2,000 people and do that. I mean, you're not doing the Chippendales, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of you in this show. And then, of course, the arms. I mean, that's the first thing that I noticed the ladies were saying, and a few of the guys as well around me, that your arms are incredible. Are they inflatable or something? Is this sort of a suit that you put on? What is it?
An inflatable suit, I wish. No, it's good lighting. How do you do it? It's good lighting, yeah, honestly.
Oh, stop it. Listen, if I stood there, I'd look like I was either in Shrek or modelling for scatter cushions. How do you do it? How do you do it? What is it? Lots of chicken? Are you up at 2 o'clock in the morning eating a boiled egg or something?
I could lie and say, yes, that's exactly what I do, and I have a perfect sleeping regime and I eat well. And no, to a degree, Katie's right. We have to look after ourselves. But this show is a workout in itself. So I haven't actually been to the gym in a while, and I'm feeling guilty. So I was considering going today, but first night drinks last night. It was, a bit of a party, so I passed. Basically, I have to lift the girls and dance, and it's all part of the show. Like I say, the show is part of a workout. So,
well, congratulations, you do steal it, and deservedly so. Your precision and your effort that you put into it is remarkable, and the fact that you can do that for 2.5 hours and it's non-stop. I mean, you guys don't get a rest. In most musicals, you get to sing, 3.5 minutes. I think The Phantom does like 12 and then goes and sits and drinks coffee in the dressing room. You guys are on having to work through the whole thing, aren't you?
Yeah, essentially, Katie plays Baby. It's her story, so you can't really have the protagonist not be on stage narrating the show and being the main thread of the story. It wouldn't make sense if she was in the wings having a cup of tea. So when she's on, I'm on. When I'm off, she's on. So we're on all the time. It is a company effort.
And it dawned on me last night, this is really more a play than a musical, because it is a story more than the sort of go on and sing those ridiculous ballads with the words not really making sense that so many of those shows do. You use a ton of music in this, and of course it's the original music we're hearing, and people love that. There are moments where they sort of take an intake of breath, and that of course is most apparent at the end of the show with Time of My Life, which is the Bill Medley song. They really love that, don't they? That is a standing ovation like no other.
Oh God, yeah, it is crazy. We've had people like belting it at the top of their voices. It's mad. People absolutely love it. They love that final line. They wait for Lewis to say "Nobody puts baby in the corner." They will scream their heads off. It's been mad.
Were you born when this was originally released?
No.
We're so old, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
What's going through your head, and how does it feel when you've got that standing ovation because he's finally lifted you up to that pin focus?
Well, a little bit of relief that we've got the lift up and it's worked. No, it's an amazing feeling. I think the first time we sort of did it back when we opened the show in Belgium was something that neither of us expected, and obviously we've now had it basically every show since, and it's just a great feeling.
I've got to ask you, have you ever dropped her?
Absolutely not.
And you never will?
Absolutely
Because
not.
you're a professional.
Absolutely.
There is a moment, though, where those arms go up and you think if they go back anymore, the whole thing's going to come crashing down.
Well, it is live theatre at the end of the day, so there are precautionary measures taken, I'm sure. I can't see. I've got a skirt in my face, but...
I noticed that, and a huffing and puffing as well to try and breathe. I mean, you're not helping with that. Couldn't you wear something shorter?
No, I'm not, am I, at all? I know. You can't see at all, can you?
No. It doesn't matter what I can see. It's about the audience, what they can see, because they all want to... they're all looking... You say it's a ladies' night out, a girls' night out. They're looking for a guy like Johnny. They want a bad boy done good. They look at Katie up in that lift, and she's become of age, and they all want to be her. That's why it's so relevant, this show. And
it's also got a sense of irony, and it's not taking itself too seriously, this show. We should say there are moments like where you're in the sea doing the lift the first time around. I mean, it is verging on ludicrous. You are sort of having a laugh at yourself, and you're saying, look, we're not trying to be Brecht or Harold Pinter here. We are doing a fun show, and just join us for the party. Leave your brain at the door and have fun. That's great, and we need that right now.
Absolutely. We're not doing The Lion in Winter. This is Dirty Dancing. The clue's in the title.
That's a very good point. Listen, congratulations. What a great blessing to be in a theatre like this, the Manchester Palace, a huge, enormous theatre, and they all are, and they're all virtually sold out. And then they announced today you're going back in the West End. Did you ever think that would happen so soon?
No, not at all. A nice unexpected surprise, but I think everyone's really excited for it.
I bet you can't wait to be back.
Chomping at the bit, yeah. I've been to London a few times with various shows, but I've never been a lead, and to lead this company on the road has been an honour, and I think London deserved to see it.
Katie, you're an exceptional talent. Thank you so much for your time. Really lovely to talk to you. And you, Lewis, are remarkable, and by far a star in the show that just steals it. And really nice to meet you.
Thanks. I'll give you my number in case you change your mind.